It's time for the Manhattan Pizza postgame show on the Gameday Broadcast Network. Manhattan Pizza, serving the best dang pizza in town. Now let's rejoin the broadcast team on the Gameday Broadcast Network.
Hello and welcome to our Manhattan Pizza postgame report. Andy Hayes alongside Chris Bourassa here as we just watched one of the great games that we've seen together on our network, Chris. Tuscarora comes back to win 35-28 over Broad Run. What a ball game. What a ball game.
Yeah, we didn't know how the players are going to handle the emotion. Both teams obviously have ties to Adam Fortune, but we saw a great game and big plays on both sides, but Noah Reimers and that offensive line just wouldn't quit. How about 377 yards on 38 carries? Fantastic effort by the entire team. But Reimers and that offensive line, wow.
Oh, it was just a tremendous game. We'll take you back through it. First half, Broad Run strikes quickly. They hit Marcel Mingo. Reddy Reitzel does. A long touchdown play. And it looked like the offense was going to click tonight for Broad Run, and for the most part it did, didn't it?
For the most part it did. They struggled the first two drives, but then they were able to find something. They were able to move the ball pretty effectively throughout the night. They didn't give up on the running game, and that complemented the passing game. Reitzel was on target most of the night, and as you said, they got up 14-7 at halftime, 2 touchdown passes, one to Mingo, one to Davis.
You know, the key play I thought really for this game for Broad Run was in the second half, right at the third quarter. They come out, and again, it was Mingo that connects with Reitzel, brings them inside first and goal. They would later punch it in, and here they are up 21-7, and you kind of started to think, oh, maybe we've underestimated just how good this Broad Run team is.
Right, and maybe some of the emotion affected Tuscarora in that first half, and that was a position they hadn't really been in. You mentioned they fell behind up at Martinsburg, but I tell you what, 2 plays, 69 yards, a big run by Noah Reimers, followed by the touchdown run by Williams, and they're right back in it, and the Tusky Terror going crazy, shaking the booth as they get back in the game.
Scary thing. I don't know if we've ever had a booth shake, but I'm going to tell you, it was loud, and it was really a raucous crowd here. Noah Reimers. I mean, what can you say about this kid? I mean, you said I want to Facebook friend him after tonight. There's going to be a lot of people want to be Noah Reimers' friend. 377 yards. But, Chris, I want to go to that last drive. They get the ball on the 5-yard line, and most teams would throw the ball with under 5 to play. They're down. They got to go score. What do? They hand the ball off to Noah Reimers, and he takes them inside the 5-yard line in 2 plays.
Yeah, they had a little less than 5 minutes. No panic. Plenty of time. How do you get the ball 95 yards down the field if you're Tuscarora? Well, you give the ball to Noah Reimers. It's exactly what he did. Another huge play. Mingo runs him down inside the 5-yard line, and he punches it in later. It's the first time we saw a lot of emotion out of Reimers when he got that touchdown to take the lead. You know, pumped his fist, and just you could tell that that's what they were building for this game.
Well, this was a special night here. Tuscarora would hold on. Their defense would come up with a big stand, and they get the win, their first ever win here at the official Fortune Field. Chris, the emotions. We saw the kids crying at the beginning of the game. We had tears as well. Yep. I interviewed his brother tonight, Jeremy Fortune, and a special night. We were just talking to his mother. What's the one thing that you think our old pal Adam Fortune would be saying right now with the way his kids played tonight?
He probably would have said he didn't want it any other way. They fought the entire time. They were down much of the game. They didn't give up. They owned the fourth quarter. They just battled back, and I said at the end, it was inevitable. They were going to win, and they were going to win the way they won, coming back just the way Adam would have wanted it.
Well, great night. Great job by the administration here at Tuscarora to honor Coach Fortune. The crowd came out in full force. Both sides really coming to show their support here. It was a great football game, and that's what I think Coach Fortune would have loved most about it. It was a great game for everybody to watch. Make sure you go watch the replay. It was a very touching tribute to him at the beginning, and the way these kids played tonight, especially Noah Reimers and that offensive line down the backstretch, will be something I know I will never forget, and I know you'll be the same way, right?
Yeah, and Tuscarora, the football team, 7-0. They got faced Briarwood still, but they're setting themselves up for a good home field advantage in the playoffs. This was a big game towards that as well. So a lot of emotion here tonight, but bottom line is they're 7-0 and they're well positioned. Danny Smith getting healthy. I like them. I like the way they're playing.
So now Chris is on board here. He's on the bandwagon. The #1 Tuscarora Huskies stay unbeaten. That'll do it for our Manhattan Pizza postgame report from Fortune Field, where tonight the Huskies win 35-28 over Broad Run. We'll send it away with some thoughts here from the players and Coach Burnett.
We didn't start with the way we wanted to, but we definitely came out second half and poured it on. We kind of had a soul-searching moment at halftime, and we really brought that to the field the second half.
The most important thing that stood out to me was pretty much just how hard everybody on our team fought. How hard we just fought for this win. How much we did not give up. How much we believed that we are the better team.
Nobody can grasp how much fortune meant to us, and to be able to play our first game and win our first game against his old team, it honestly just means the world to us.
I know, obviously it's very emotional. Coach Burnett gave us a great speech before the game. You know, it's just about love. It's what Coach Fortune preached a lot. It's about love and just laying your life down for everybody next to you. And that's what Coach Fortune did. He talked about all the times. He'd come in here every Tuesday, Thursday morning. He'd get up at God knows when and drive and open the weight room for us. And you know that paid off, obviously. And you know he gave us so much, and so we just came out and had to give him all we could.
It was honestly what moved us. We thought in our hearts, we had him in our hearts. We knew he was right behind us. We knew he was right beside us, and it powered us through this win. It gave us the confidence. It gave us the skill. It just gave us everything what we needed to win this game.
I mean, yeah, it's this is a huge game for us. It's open at Fortune Field, a beautiful place. It was a beautiful night. I'm not going to take all the credit even close. Our line did a phenomenal job tonight. They opened up huge holes, and they keep pushing, they keep grinding every play. They're always in there. They make a great block, and they come and pick me up. That means so much to me. That means the world to me when they make a huge block and they're busting their butt. They're tired, but they take the time to pick me up and get me ready for the next play. They're just so selfless. All of them. They love me. I love them to death, and that showed tonight.
Here with head coach Mike Burnett. Big win tonight, Coach, 35-28. The emotions. Let's start in the beginning. How did you guys pull it together after the touching tribute in the beginning, and what did you tell the kids to get ready for this one?
Well, we just talked about playing your best, and we talked before the game about how much he gave to this program, and how much he loved them, and how much he gave of himself just to build the program that's here. And tonight we kind of owed it to him to give of ourselves, and to be selfless and love each other the way he wanted them to, and just don't let each other down. And that was our message before the game. And I think looking back on it, I think we did that. We did a lot of other things wrong in the process, and I think that got the best of us a little bit. The emotions definitely did. But in the end, they did that. That message, I think, did come through, and the kind of kids that he helped make, kind of men he built, and I think that's why they didn't quit, and that's what I was most impressed by.
Second half, obviously their offense was in sync a little bit tonight. They were hitting some big plays in the passing game. Some missed tackles out there. I know you probably aren't real happy with the way some of those things unfolded, but the one thing you have to say is when your defense needed that stand down on the 5-yard line, they got it.
They did, and now that's the thing to take from this game is, it was not very. I don't think Adam would be too proud of us because it's not characteristic of the way we play, which is we don't give up big plays, we don't make mental mistakes, and we don't get a ton of stupid penalties, and we did all those tonight. And it just didn't look like us. We don't have guys running wide open and 10 men on the field, and I don't know what to attribute that to. I mean, maybe it's nerves and it's big game. Broad Run is the kind of team that if you make a mistake, they're going to hurt you, and they did it all night long to us. Every time we made a mistake, they hurt us, and that's what great teams do. And I was impressed. They took advantage of every error we made, and so it was a strange game. But at the same time, I was super proud of. Our offense and our offensive line, and they just seemed to say, I kept asking them, what do we just keep running, Coach? Okay, don't you dare throw it. And I'm like, really? And it's a cool group of kids.
All right, so anytime you have problems on defense, there's a guy by the name of Noah Reimers who can erase all that problem. 377 yards tonight. I don't know that I've ever seen a performance like it in the 15 years I've been covering high school sports here in this area. I don't know how many you've seen like that. He hurdled a guy standing up, Coach, right in front of you. What got into him tonight? And I can't imagine Coach Fortune would be anything but smiling with the way he played.
I've said all along, in my heart and I really believe he's the best player I've ever seen, football player. And a lot of people say, there's certain kids who have talent, and this kid has more talent, and this kid's a little bit bigger. But when it comes to the whole package and of just a football player who just does whatever it takes, and my jaw dropped when he was right in front of me, and I backed up because I thought he was going to run out of bounds. And I've never seen somebody hurdle somebody who was standing up before. and I've never seen him jump that high. It just seems to be he seems to have the ability to do whatever is necessary, and I don't know where those players come from. Whether it's the heart or the brain or both. Maybe he's got the combination of the two, it's just so fun. It's just so fun to watch. Sometimes I just sit back and just smile, and I'm just like, wow, that was amazing.
Well, back in the day when you were at Broad Run, you had a kid by the name of Breon Earl, and you talked about him very similarly. You said, look, when we're on the goal line or when we're down by a score and we got to go score, we're putting the ball in his hands. Well, tonight you're on the 5-yard line with 4 minutes and 58 seconds to play, and most teams would probably try to throw the ball. You just turn around and hand it off.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I had a flashback, because I remember thinking, with Breon in the state championship, we're just going to give it to him 4 times. And, tonight, I as soon as we got down here, I thought, well, he came off the field because he was tired from run. I don't know why. I guess, if I ran 377 yards right now, I'd be exhausted. And I told him, you better get out there pretty quick because you're getting the ball, And as soon as he went out there, I remember thinking, there's no chance he's not going to score, and that's the way Breon made me feel, and Noah's just that much and maybe a little more, and maybe because he's such a special kid, he's such a special person. He does all the things that Coach Fortune would want out of a man and out of a player.
Well, it was a tremendous win, and I'll tell you this, both teams fought very hard tonight. It was a special night for both sides, as both of you guys spent a lot of time at Broad Run. The one thing you took away from this game tonight, Coach, as you walk off this field, what stands out to you?
Our desire. I think the one thing people will question about us is, can they win a big game? Can they, when their backs get to the wall and, things don't go right and they don't play well, can they win against a good team, and that's, I think, a big question that most people had about us, and hopefully that's an answer. We have to get better. I think we also learned that we cannot make mistakes against good football teams, and we've gotten away with it a little bit. But in the end, I mean, the best part for me was I couldn't even hear. It was so loud, and I've been in this county a long time, and I have not heard that kind of noise. I couldn't even call a play. And that was what I take away from here, is how much this meant to this community and these kids and that team. And, that's what he always, we talked before the game, that's what he loved about this game, was these moments, and I also want to say that, their coaches were class acts, and players were, and they all said very kind things and understood that, it's just a game, and it was a great game, and we're all going to be playing hopefully for a lot more weeks, and everybody should just enjoy what a phenomenal football game that was.
Well, you need some more support in your press box, because I've never been in a press box that shakes like that one.
That was,
it was unreal.
I believe it. I mean, I couldn't believe how loud it was. I just simply had.
It was like a college game here tonight. Hey, for the old coach here and the rest of the community, want to thank the administration again here at Tuscarora. Derek Ferry and the crew just did a great job to honor Coach Fortune. Coach Burnett and I were great friends with Adam, and I know we'll carry this one in our heart for a long, long time. Signing out here from Fortune Field tonight, Tuscarora 35-28 winners over Broad Run. We'll see you next time here on the Manhattan Pizza Postgame Report.
I think my best chance to win a football game is get the ball to Noah Reimers as often as possible.
Reimers is behind Daniel Smith on 1st down and 10. Twins to the boundary, one to the far. Chumbuck now in motion. And the pitch goes to Reimers. He'll cut it back. Running up the field, still on his feet. Reimers breaks free. He's out in the open past midfield. Reimers to the 35, 30, to the 20, and he'll be tackled at the 3-yard line. Noah Reimers has a 1st and goal. Here's Smith in the pistol. Steps back to pass, throws it in behind. Reimers with a one-handed grab at the 25. Oh, he jumps over the guy at the 30. Oh. Add that to the list.
At the 29-yard line.
I love Noah Reimers.
I do too. Can we be friends with Noah?